Welcome back to the channel. It is day 8 of the yoga challenge. Good for you for sticking with it. Today we have a really cool topic, which is yoga for digestion. And believe it or not, in yogic traditions, eating is a sacred tradition. It's a sacred act. It's something that's really important, and it's done mindfully. It's done on purpose. You pay attention to what it is that you're consuming, what it is that you're putting in your body, including the different types of food that you eat and how you consume those kinds of food. Rather than just focusing on being mindful with eating, which is a whole other topic, we're actually going to talk about yoga for digestion. And I found some recent studies that talk about not just yoga for physical strength or flexibility, but also yoga for alleviating constipation, irritable bowel syndrome, for helping with digestion. We're going to be doing a number of different poses in this practice, and you will require some props for this one. So go ahead and have a clear area by the wall. Definitely want to have some chairs or a table nearby that you can use for balancing. Remember, pause the video, do this at your own pace, make this practice work for you. I'm going to try and scale it up in difficulty, but start with postures that are more accessible to you. We're going to be doing some different twisting actions, and follow the instructions closely to listen to your body and not go into a place that is unworkable for you. All right, I'm excited to get you started with this yoga practice for digestion, helping with things like constipation or irritable bowel syndrome. Enjoy. So to get our practice started today, I'm going to invite you to begin by standing. We'll take our mountain pose, which is what we've done many times throughout this yoga challenge. Standing with your feet a hip's width apart. Maybe your toes are pointed in slightly, your heels are out. But just take a look down at your feet and check in with the alignment of your feet underneath your hips. Go ahead and lift your toes off the ground, just finding the corners of your feet, really weighing down through your feet. And go ahead and experiment with your arm placement, maybe having your arms at the side of your body, palms facing in. Maybe rotate through the arms, shining the palms facing out. Play with the alignment of the shoulders over top of the hips, leaning forward or leaning back. Shifting the weight from the balls of your feet to your heels. And if you lose your balance, that's okay. We weren't born mountains, and it takes mountains time to be formed. So we're working on our mountain pose here, finding our strength and our stability. Maybe pressing through the crown of your head. And on an exhale, go ahead and tuck your chin, just keeping the spine long. And allowing your gaze to fall wherever it's comfortable. Maybe wiggling through the fingers a little. And stepping the feet out. And when I say stepping the feet out, maybe just step each foot out a little bit. Just experiment with how wide you can take your stance that's comfortable for you. And if it's comfortable, you may wish to use a chair or a table to balance yourself, maybe using the wall, or placing your hands on your hips, beginning to hinge at the hips, folding forward, bending down, and you may wish to bring a bit of a bend in the knees. And you may notice that at a certain point, this is no longer sustainable. You may need to bring a little bit of a wider stance into the feet. So go ahead and adjust for what feels right in your body. Maybe the hands come all the way down to the floor, or maybe you use a wall or a chair to balance yourself if your hands can't reach the floor. And without stepping your hands too far forward, you want to keep your hands, rather than right between your feet, you want to keep your hands relatively close to your feet. Whatever works for you. And we're not looking for a perfect right angle between your legs and your upper body. Instead, we're just looking for you to be able to drape the trunk of your body forward, finding a nice long extension here. Through the spine, letting the upper body hang low. And notice the sensations in your feet. Come back to lifting your toes, finding the corners of your feet. And even here, play with that balance a little bit. Shifting the weight ever so slightly forward and gently backwards. Again, doing what feels right for you in your body. take a breath here and let yourself just sink into this fold. In your own time, when you're ready, using your hands to prop you up, whether on the ground, on a chair, or the wall in front of you, begin to lift yourself out of this forward fold, coming up nice and slow, stacking vertebrae upon vertebrae. And to protect the spine, you may wish to bring the arms out wide as you lift up. Coming back to standing, bring the feet back together, hips width apart. Maybe bringing a bit of a wiggle to the toes, maybe even lifting the toes, finding the corners of your feet, and coming back to your mountain pose. With your hands at your sides, maybe rotating the arms, shining the palms forward. Inhaling to find length through the spine, exhaling to tuck the chin. Now, wherever you're standing, if you have enough room, I'm going to recommend that you step your left foot back. We're going to step into our warrior one pose. So the left foot, the heel, is going to come in line with our right heel, but the left toes are still going to be pointed slightly forward. Bending through the right knee, just bringing that right knee over top of the right ankle. Let's sweep the arms forward, just bring them parallel to the ground. Maybe lifting up a little higher if that's accessible to you. Looking up, bringing your gaze past your fingers, spreading wide through the fingers, reaching through the fingertips. Inhale as you reach forward. Exhale to just soften through the shoulders. The shoulders don't need to be involved in you getting a deeper warrior one. Maybe inhaling, reaching forward a little bit more. Maybe the hands come together. Just noticing the sensations of being here in this posture. Inhale, reach a little higher. Exhale, lower the arms parallel with the ground. So the right arm facing forward past that right knee. Draw the left arm across the body as if you're drawing the string of a bow open. Your left arm reaching back, right arm reaching forward into your warrior two. Right knee stays right where it is, stacked over top of the right ankle, but you may wish to just step that left foot back a little bit and take the toes wider. Take them out rather than pointed forward. Really allow yourself to get deeper into this posture here. Inhale as if you were reaching through the right fingers, reaching through the left fingers. Exhale to soften through the shoulders, soften through the traps. Still with the arms extended. And using perhaps a wall or a chair for balance, we're going to reach forward through the right fingers, coming forward, bending the right elbow. And whether your right elbow makes contact with the right knee, or perhaps the right arm comes parallel to the right leg, reaching up with the left arm, paying special attention to the right side body, really opening up through the chest here, reaching the left hand high up, maybe spreading through the fingers, even reaching through the fingers. Notice your balance here. Try to keep that right knee bent, stacked over top of your right ankle, that left foot back. Check in with your toes. Maybe bring a bit of a motion into your toes, like a wiggle into the toes. Maybe bringing your left gaze, maybe bringing your gaze up to the left, past the left fingers. And notice how that impacts your balance. One more inhale to reach. Exhale. As if somebody's just beginning to lift you out of this posture, coming out, take the full length of the exhale, then inhale to reach all the way out, coming back to your warrior two. And let's go ahead, inhale, bring the hands back to the front, step forward into your mountain pose. Dropping the arms to the side of the body. On an exhale, just closing the eyes or allowing the vision to drop, go out of focus. Allow yourself to just enjoy a moment here in mountain pose, having a breath. Notice what it feels like to come out of that transition and to breathe here. Before we begin on the other side, let's go ahead and just fold all the way forward. You may wish to bring your arms wide for your forward fold, whatever works for you. Maybe bringing the arms up overhead first before you fold forward. Folding all the way down. Bringing a slight bend to the knees. If it works for you, you may wish to allow your arms to dangle low, perhaps grabbing opposite elbows. But I'm going to invite you to intensify this twist a little bit. So if you typically allow yourself to have your arms dangling low, maybe just reaching the palms of your hands back towards your calves and just deepening the stretch a little bit. Of course, bending through the knees to find some comfort in this forward fold, allowing the head to go heavy. Some of you may wish to lift the feet and grab the big toes with the index and middle finger together. Others may wish to lift the feet and slip the right hand under the right foot, palm facing the sole of the foot, left hand under the left foot, palm of the left hand facing the sole of the left foot. Experiment with what works for you here in this forward fold. Take an extra deep inhale on purpose. Breathe in all the way. Feel it in your body, feel it in your back. Exhale, breathe out. See if you can collapse in on your body a little deeper. Just allowing your torso, the trunk of your body, to rest on your thighs. On your next inhale, let's just lift the gaze halfway, placing the hands on the shins or on the ground, maybe on a table in front of you. Flattening through the spine, bring the gaze forward, but without craning the neck all the way up, just lifting the neck ever so slightly and bringing the eyes forward. Exhale, fold all the way back down, collapsing in on yourself. And whether you swing your arms wide or in front of you, go ahead, protect your spine, lift yourself out, vertebrae by vertebrae on an inhale, coming up nice and slow. Great. Coming back to your mountain pose, arms maybe parallel, maybe rotating your arms so the palms shine out. Last time we stepped the left foot back, this time we're going to step your right foot back, right heel coming in alignment with your left heel. Right toes pointed ever so slightly forward, bringing a bend to the left knee floats over top of the left ankle. And let's go ahead and sweep our arms on an inhale forward, looking forward. And from here, the arm should be pointing just past that left knee. Parallel to the ground. Just keep your arms here. Even if you typically go with your arms up above your head and your palms together in Warrior One. Just experiment with what this feels like. And on your next inhale, reaching up, seeing what works for you today. Maybe the hands come together, maybe they stay wide apart, bringing the vision just past the tips of the fingers. The eyes are out of focus. Your gaze is soft as you reach through your arms, reach through your hands, pointing the fingers. Inhale to reach forward. Exhale to soften through the shoulders. I notice that when I reach forward, my hands more easily come together, but when I soften through the shoulders and I do what works for my shoulders and my traps, my hands come apart. Experiment with that. Find what works for you today. Breathing here. Noticing your feet. Breathing. Maybe wiggling your toes, lifting the toes. And on an inhale, reaching. On an exhale, dropping the arms down parallel to the ground, swinging the right arm, pulling it past the body, reaching out through the right and left arm into your Warrior Two. Still with your left knee stacked over top of your left ankle. This time your right foot now can maybe step back a little bit. The heel is still in alignment with the forward heel, but now your right toes can point out a little bit more. Maybe lowering deeper into this posture, reaching through the arms, bringing your gaze past your left fingers. Your gaze is soft. Allowing yourself to be present to whatever shows up in your body here. On your next inhale, reach a little further with each arm, really pressing through the fingertips. On an exhale, bend the left elbow. Maybe the left elbow comes down and makes contact with the left knee, using it for support as you reach up through the right arm. Or maybe you go a little deeper. Maybe you experiment with the left arm coming parallel to the left leg. Maybe you grab the left shin or left ankle. There is no right posture here, except for what works in your body. So experiment with that. Pay special attention to your left side body. You don't want to collapse through there. You want to stay engaged and strong. And if it's hard to stay engaged, come back up onto the elbow. Breathing here, maybe bringing your gaze to the right hand. Reaching a little higher, opening through the chest. And on an inhale, reaching up, take the full length of your inhale to come up out of the posture, propping yourself back up into Warrior Two. Exhale, settle into your Warrior Two. Take one more inhale here to breathe in, just feel this posture. Sweeping the arms forward, stepping back into your mountain pose. Feet to hips width apart. Arms at the side of the body, whether faced in or the palms shining out. Inhale, lengthen through the spine. Exhale, tuck the chin, allowing the eyes to come to a resting posture. Breathing here. I'm now going to invite you to just go ahead and tiptoe your feet together so that your big toes are either touching together or just slightly apart, but pointing in, and your heels are apart. We're going to inhale to sweep the arms up. And whether the arms are up here over your head or maybe a little bit closer, parallel to the ground, let's begin to bend through the knees, finding yourself in a chair pose, as if you're going to sit on an invisible chair, just lowering nice and slowly down. And find a place that works for you that's sustainable. For me, oftentimes I find the impulse to push and to have my arms high above my head, my hands together. It's easy to lose track of my traps, to lose track of my shoulders. It's easier to say, I want to feel strong in this pose. I want to challenge myself. But let's do what is sustainable for today. Let's experiment with palms facing in, palms facing down. Inhale, palms facing in, palms facing down. Now bring the hands in close to the chest, palms together. And from here, your left elbow, we're going to twist over to the right. The left elbow is going to come past your right knee. Maybe it hovers over your right knee. Maybe the left elbow comes past the right knee. And if it's forward, if it's accessible, you may wish to just bend a little deeper, folding forward. And maybe you can actually touch that left elbow to the right knee. Breathing here, maintaining this twist in your chair pose, noticing any burning in your quads. Inhaling, coming back to your chair pose, reaching up, stand up tall, reach through your hands. Exhale, fold all the way forward, hinging at the hips. Come all the way into your standing forward fold. Do whatever feels right. Maybe you intensify that fold by placing your hands behind your shins. Maybe the hands go around the ankles or under the feet. Maybe you just are kind of ragdolling today. You just kind of let the arms go nice and long. The head is heavy as the upper body is just draped over top of the legs. Take a couple sips of oxygen here. noticing what you're feeling in your body. And on an inhale, I'm going to invite you to come all the way back up to standing. So sweep those arms nice and tall, all the way back up, nice and wide. All right, wherever your arms are at, exhale, begin to bend through the knees down into your chair pose. Now maybe your arms come parallel to the ground, maybe you keep your arms up. Experiment with what works for you here. Again, looking for a posture that's sustainable. Checking in with the weight distribution through your feet. Maybe experimenting wherever you're at with palms facing in, palms facing down. In, down, just playing with that mobility through your wrists, through your arms. Bringing the hands in close to the body. The hands come together in prayer. Inhale, lengthen through your spine a little bit, just find some length. Exhale, right elbow comes to the left knee as you twist over to the left. Now maybe the right elbow actually makes contact with the right knee, or maybe the right elbow just hovers over top of the right knee, maybe just slightly past it. Noticing the natural place where your gaze gets fixed in this posture. Maybe you're looking towards your elbow to check out how the elbow's doing and where it's at. And notice if your neck tries to get involved in this twist. Maybe twisting a little deeper, the right elbow comes to the outside of the left knee. Maybe you bend a little deeper, hinging forward, getting deeper through the knees. Noticing any sensations that you're feeling in the abdomen, in the quads. One last inhale here. Exhale to soften. Inhale to come all the way back up. Sweep the arms, lifting into your standing. Exhale, hinge at the hips, fold all the way forward. Go ahead, take that full length of your exhale to fold forward, finding yourself in a comfortable standing forward fold for you. You worked hard there. Take a couple sips of oxygen. Just enjoy a moment to rest here. When you're ready, sweeping the arms wide, come all the way back up. Arms overhead. Interlace your fingers, index fingers and thumbs pointed up. And just reach through the right side body, staying strong, opening up through the left side body. Feet stay where they are. Inhale, come back up to center. De-interlace your fingers, re-interlace them the opposite way. Thumbs and index fingers pointing up. Let's reach through the left side body, staying engaged, opening through the right side body. Maybe bringing the gaze up. Coming back up to center. De-interlacing the fingers, just reaching back ever so slightly. Don't put too much of a load on your system. Your spine is very important to you. Just reaching the arms back, looking back, but not tilting the neck all the way back so the throat is wide open. Just reaching back and looking back, bending through the back. Exhale, come back to center. Just let your arms come back down inside your body. Wiggle through the fingers. Let's take one last mountain pose here. Feet to hips width apart. Lift those toes. Let the arms go long. Maybe spread wide through the fingers. Maybe the palms face forward. And in these last few moments of this practice here, I'd like to invite you to just be present to whatever it is that you're noticing in your body. Noticing the pace of your breath, noticing where you feel warmth in your body. I'm going to invite you to bring your hands to heart center. And of course, we end our practice by saying namaste, which means the light in me acknowledges and bows to the light in you. Thank you so much for your practice today. I hope Hope you enjoyed this one. Namaste. Don't forget to subscribe and share this video with your friends. You never know who this work could benefit in your life. Thanks so much for sticking out the yoga challenge with me. I am excited to move us on to day 9. Can you believe it? Don't be afraid to go back to previous videos if you haven't had enough yoga today, or you want to revisit some of these postures, get a little deeper into them. And of course, share this video because you never know who in your world could benefit from this work. And if I've forgotten something that you think is pertinent to digestion, whether it's a dietary tip or something that you use as far as a physical practice goes, throw it in the comments below. You never know who it could benefit, and I would love to hear from you. Thank you so much.